Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me for your work week forecast. As you can see, graphics are a little different this morning. I am not in my normal recording place, but I did want to get you a forecast out here this morning as there's pretty active weather going on this week. Really, only one storm that's probably pretty impactful in terms of driving and things like that. That's going to be a mixed rain to ice to or sorry, snow to rain to ice kind of storm that's going to happen on Thursday. But there's two other storms, some light snow Tuesday afternoon and evening, or mostly in the evening, I should say, on Tuesday. That could be make driving a little tricky Tuesday evening, and then potentially some rain that's going to come Friday after dark. So that's a lot of going on. So let's take a look at what's happening across the country here. First of all, you can see on radar we've got um, storm that's off the coast here that's headed out to sea. This is like, for those of you who've been with me for a long time, you can remember when I used to draw pictures. They never made any sense, which is why it's good that I've gone to the green screen. But anyways, there's a system here which is going to bring a front. That's going to bring our light snow on Tuesday afternoon as it heads across the country. I'll show you a graphic about that pretty soon. And then what's left over with the clutter here is going to develop into a storm that heads up across the Great Lakes well to our west, which is going to bring us the start as snow, and then that's going to move to ice and then freezing rain. And then actually on the tail end of this system here, after it starts to die, it's going to try to develop another low pressure system here on Friday that's going to head up. But at that point, we'd be too warm and we'd be rain. So that's a lot of squiggles on one line. As we take a look at satellite imagery, you can see the storm that is off the coast here. This is just missing us. Eastern New England will get brushed with a little bit of light rain today, and we might get a few clouds from it. But even then, we should get a break in some of the clouds today. So we should actually have a chance for some sun today and some clouds. And then this is the mess that's going to kind of impact us with three different ways as we head through the next rest of the week. If we head to Oh, man, I gotta get rid of. See this? I've forgotten how to do this already. If we head to our first storm, this is at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. It's coming through as a front, and it should be just cold enough for snow. Valley locations might mix in, so Bennington, Brattleboro, those areas might mix with a little bit of some sprinkles in here. But I think most of us get light snow out of this. I'll give you timing in a bit, but it doesn't look like much. An inch to maybe 3 inches. In some of those favored spots as you're coming up the mountains, particularly western facing slopes. So a place like near me would be a place like Route 11 up towards Bromley, certainly Snow Valley up towards Stratton, Route 9 coming up over the hill there, certainly would have a chance at Mount Holly, places like that. As you head further north, Pittsfield, places like that would have a chance to get more closer to the 2 or 3 inches, while a lot of us just see about an inch of snow out of that. So enough to make it a little slick on Thursday, but nothing too dramatic. The second storm approaches from the south and is a warm front that's going to move through. And so it begins as snow. So 7 a.m. Thursday, the storm is approaching us, and snow is getting ready to break out. And then, may have already broken out, actually. We'll have to look at the timing there in a second. But, anyways, then as the warm front moves through, we change to a period of ice and then also to a period of uh, um, sorry, after that of rain probably and drizzle to kind of end the storm. This is the one that in the afternoon on Thursday into the evening gives us the chance for the worst driving conditions. So we'll have to keep an eye on this one. Possible that some early releases could be possible on Thursday from this storm from schools. So I think this is the only storm that impacts any school this week. And I think we'll have changed, precipitation will have ended and early enough that it really doesn't impact Friday morning's commute much. There could be a little bit of leftover slush on some of the side roads, but not enough, I think, even to cause delays. So I think we get a full day of school in on Friday. And then Friday, this storm kind of develops in the wake of the storm above it. Oh, sorry, that color is terrible for the circle, but and then this storm is going to ride up this dashed line basically here, which is kind of a leftover trough, and potentially give us a chance for some moderate to heavy rain brief for a time on Friday. This storm is not as locked in. Not surprisingly, it's a ways out, and it's a kind of a redevelopment situation. The models sometimes struggle with exactly how that's going to happen, where it goes, the exact track of it, things like that. I think whatever we see there, we're going to be too warm for anything but rain. So we're either going to get nothing or rain. but that's really all I would be confident in at the moment. Like I said, right now it looks like probably more likely that we will get at least some rain out of this. But there is at least one model that thinks almost no rain out of it, and a couple other models that think rain, but the timing is a little different. But anyways, it would be after dark on Friday, so that's kind of what we're looking at there. Oops, let's go in the right direction here. Storm timing. Storm 1 brings light snow Tuesday from about 5 p.m. to midnight. And that's a storm that brings us about 1 to 3 inches. Storm 2 begins as snow just after noon or around noon to about 2 p.m. on Thursday. So sorry about that when I was a little confused earlier in the forecast. Noon to about 2 p.m. it starts, and I think we all start as snow. It changes from snow to mixed sleet and freezing rain between about 4 and 6 p.m., which is why driving, especially in the early evening, if you're headed home, it's going to be slippery at that time. You're just going to have to go slow. I think most of us will be, roads will be kind of snow and ice covered at that point. So just have to be careful. But it ends as rain and drizzle between midnight and 3 a.m. So it ends pretty early, and it's warming up and continuing to warm up even after the precipitation ends. And so I think that'll help so that the commute on Friday morning should be fine. Storm 3 would be rain and would come Friday after nightfall. And notice the would there because Storm 3 is definitely not locked in yet in terms of whether or not it's going to happen. I think probably, but again, how and exact timing, it's a little too early to tell. We'll definitely have some additional forecasts out this week to give you all an idea of what's going on, especially about the second storm there. If we head into the 5-day forecast, you can see today we're in the mid to upper 30s, pretty warm out there today, quite a bit above average. We do get chilly tonight. We get one little slice of colder air. Temperatures fall back into the lower teens. Might even see some single digits in some of the valleys. And then temperatures rise Tuesday during the day ahead of that cold. It's not really a cold front. It's more just kind of a trough that's coming through with a storm, but with a storm well to our north. That brings a little bit of light snow, 1 to 3 inches Tuesday evening. Wednesday, again, we're back kind of above average with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. And then we cool back again a bit on Thursday night. There's a bit of a slice of cool air there before our next system, with temperatures in the starting off around 20 degrees or a little bit above on Thursday morning. We rise into the mid 30s to set the stage for first snow, then sleet and freezing rain, and then rain Thursday, and that actually continues into Thursday evening. The graphic doesn't show that super well, but anyway, continues into Thursday evening, finishing by midnight as just some rain or drizzle. Friday's cloudy and very warm. Temperatures in the mid 40s on average for us, even with the clouds. If we saw any sun on Friday, we'd be up in the upper 40s. I don't think that's going to happen, but and then with a rain potential chance approaching on Friday after dark, basically, is what's going to happen there. As we head towards your work week highlights, more going on weather-wise this week than last week. Certainly the potential for 3 storms are headed our way. First brings light snow Tuesday evening with 1 to 3 inches of accumulation. The second brings snow to ice to rain Thursday afternoon and evening with difficult travel. And the third potential storm brings rain after dark on Friday. I will be back, not tomorrow, I'll be back on Wednesday with an updated look at the storm that's going to happen, the second storm that's going to happen, because that's the one that's the higher impact event. So I'll have a Wednesday morning update on that storm, potentially depending on how ugly it looks, maybe also on Thursday morning. So you won't get anything from me tomorrow, but you will get something from me on Wednesday, and then I'll make potentially Thursday. We'll have to see if how many details are still there to be ironed out with the second storm, and then I'll certainly have I'll have my weekend forecast out for you on Friday, and I'll be back in my main recording spot for all of those, so the lighting will be a lot better, and I'll be in front of the green screen and all those kinds of things. So. Want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. For those of you who've been around and watching my videos for a long time, you remember my videos used to always look like this. Actually, not even as good as this because I didn't have the graphics and things like that, the kind of the backgrounds and the weather graphics that I have now. It's been my patrons who kind of helped pave the way to getting all the kind of stuff, the green screen and the camera setups and things like that. And so I really appreciate their help, certainly on all the forecasts and stuff like that. And so if you're interested in becoming a patron, there's a link in the description below. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel before, I would encourage you to do so. It helps make sure you don't miss any of my videos. It helps other people discover me. Like I said, I'll be back on Wednesday with an updated look at the forecast, specifically looking at our second storm here of the week that's going to bring all that mess on Thursday afternoon. All right, thanks, and see you Wednesday.